Hi there, I'm Shinjini from moderngypsy.in and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another cozy chat. I hope that this month has been treating you well. I hope that your creative muses have been smiling on you. And let's get into today's chat. So I wanted to ask you a question. Are you comparing your life with realistic fakes? And I'll tell you where and why I'm asking you this. So I came across a YouTube video recently, which was about how to create a realistic fake YouTube background using AI. And that was the title of the video, Realistic Fake. Just think about that for a moment. That video had 136K views, which probably means that there are a lot of people out there who are either probably actively looking for that content, who really want to create realistic fake backgrounds. Or there are a lot of people who were interested in that subject, right? And basically, a realistic fake background is a fake filming studio. So it generally, I think from what I have gathered, is that it features a generally minimalistic style. So you'll generally see like a shelf with a few plants, a book, maybe a lamp, something like that. Very, looks very minimal, very put together in that way. And that just got me to thinking, like, what? A realistic fake? Like, there are just so many layers to that term, right? Like, how many times have you looked at the beautiful settings on a YouTube video, or the setting in which a YouTuber films their videos, and wondered how do they do it? Or you've wondered why your home never looks as put together as theirs? Or why you don't have one lousy aesthetic corner in your house where you can film a video? That question's mine. But now I really have to wonder how many of these videos were using fake backgrounds. It's, and I really don't know what to say. With the explosion of AI combined with the trend of faceless channels, you really have to wonder sometimes how much of what you're seeing is real. And I mean, this is my studio. It's a mess, right? It's a home studio. So I have a cupboard here. I have my painty table there. I try and clean up a bit before I film, but not always. I can't always get around to doing it. But this is as real as it gets. And I did try and create a filming corner at home to try and find a spot that looks somewhat aesthetic, somewhat pretty, or even just plain. But there's always something that's not right. So either the lighting is not right, or there's not enough space to really fit in. And yeah, just if the lighting is not right, but the space is good. But if the space is good, then I don't have enough, like if it's a nice spot, I don't have enough room to set up filming properly. Like, it's crazy, okay? It's just crazy. So let's leave it there. And I did spend some time really trying to create or find a filming corner or set one up easily. But then I thought, you know what? This is my life. This is where it happens. This is what's true. Let's just keep it true. Keep it to the truth. let's just show the messy, real life in a time when AI is on the rise, in a time when people set up profesh studios and you don't always know, right? Um, oh, which reminds me, there are, these, they call it, I think, Instagram or YouTube filming factories. And it's just a little setup, a little photo booth kind of place where people set up their cameras. They have these beautiful little backgrounds happening that differ depending on the aesthetic. And they make it look like it's a real room, but it's actually this little tiny photo booth. And there are hundreds of people who film their videos like that. And, well, that's fake too, because it looks like it's the house, but it isn't. So, I just figured that this is the home, this is where I stay. It is sometimes a messy studio because I'm a messy artist. And I thought that I'd just keep it real. And after seeing that video, boy, am I glad I did. Because you can be sure there's no AI happening there. But the real point is that it's not really about the mess. It's not about that one video. It's not entirely about AI either. Though I have quite a few thoughts on AI, but maybe that's another chat, really. But it is about not comparing your home or your life to what you see online. And I'm not saying that everyone's fake. God, no, not at all, not at all. I'm not even saying that all of what you see online is fake. But there are a lot of influencers and online entrepreneurs who do this gig full time, and they have studios, they have teams, they have professional setups. They create their surroundings for filming, for showcasing, and for kind of staying on brand. So in a way, that's a realistic fake without AI, because how many of them tell you that this is a filming studio? And do we really know how many of them have teams and professional setups and what kind of help they have in the background? Not too many people talk about that. So we really don't know what their homes look like, even though it seems that we do. We don't know what their family life is like. We don't know what struggles they're facing, because obviously they're not on there to share all of that. But, there's just so much that happens behind the screen, behind what we see on Instagram, on YouTube, online, anywhere. There's just so much more that's unseen. And I think the biggest point that I want to make is to remind you and me to not let what we see out there influence or affect how we see ourselves. Do not compare our lived reality to anyone we see or know or even love online, because you never know the true extent of their struggles or the true extent of their privilege, or even how much backing or support they have to do what it is that they're doing, right? We really don't know. I think one of the biggest problems these days is the way that social media and online guru and influencer types try to tell us what life should look like. And it gets so easy to get sucked in by all of that. You have influencers selling us flawless skins and wellness routines. You have celebrity bloggers who made it big back when blogging was still in its infancy. And they now claim that you can follow their strategy and make it big too. But the reality is that the playing field has changed and some of those strategies don't work anymore, right? So the fact is that for the vast majority of us, that's not the reality, and it brings us down. But I also think that people are increasingly waking up now, and they have been waking up for a while. But yes, I see that more often as well. I've started to see more people talking about the reality of things like quitting their job to follow their dreams or to start a business. I've seen artists and other online business owners get real about how burnt out they are trying to create art and run a biz alongside and doing the marketing and worrying about paying their rent. And we need more of those conversations. We need to hear more of those struggles because that's the truth. We don't want to glory in their struggles. That's not what it is about. But it's just about knowing the whole truth that is generally and still largely not shared. We get to see the shine and the glimmer and the gloss and the glamour, but the reality behind all of that, not so much. It's really not all sunshine and rainbows, which is what influencer culture wants to sell you, which is what online business coaches, online entrepreneurs, a lot of them want to sell you. Not all of them. There are some who do a really good job, who do a very honest job, but there are a lot of them who try and sell you a dream that's not entirely real, not entirely true, not entirely possible, not entirely achievable without bucket loads of privilege, circumstances that are not the same or even accessible for a lot of us, right? So yeah, now with the rise of AI and faceless accounts, I think it's important to be even more aware of these things and to really question what we see out there. From small things like people's YouTube backgrounds, that honestly sent me in a bit of a tailspin, to bigger things like the claims and promises made by coaches, gurus, and influencers, to the messaging that the overculture sends us, that the patriarchal, capitalist, colonial, overculture, the billionaires who profit from our consumption, what they try to sell us. It's more important to be aware of that and to try and spot that realistic fakery and to keep making choices that are intentional and aligned and that help us to focus on how we are living this beautiful little life of ours, what we are believing in, and to question some of the messaging that we see so often. If it doesn't sound real, or if there's something a little off, if it's a message that you've tried and it's not really worked out for you, and you thought that you were the problem, maybe you're not. Maybe there is a lot more privilege behind the message than is made clear. So yeah, just remember that. Just run some of these things past your inner truth teller and see if they're really true and see if they really make sense. And if your lived experience tells you otherwise, trust it. You're not the problem. Maybe the message is the problem. Yeah. So I think that's it for today's chats. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. I hope the muses smile on you. And take care, and I will catch you next time. Bye.